Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Life with Patty. It is book review time, folks. Yep, and we are reviewing Danielle Steele's book, and the title is called Neighbors. Now, look at her. She's so beautiful. I just saw her on a Good Morning America video that was on YouTube, and she says that she writes like 5 different books at a time. She says she gets accused of people that she has a writing team. She says no, she writes all her own work. And it was very interesting. She says, I think she has 6 or 7 children. One child has read one book, and the rest of her kids have never read any of her books. She has 250 books out, and she has sold over 1 billion copies. And a lot of you will say, that's why I don't like her. Different dress, same actor. But you know what? I do enjoy her, especially when I have read a really dark book, or one that's just, very time consuming and something that I have to really focus on. I can pick up one of Danielle's books and it's just an easy read. And I know that there might be some deaths in there. There might be a little, but it's nothing major. So this book is based upon a woman and her husband, and they have 2 children, a son and a daughter. And the wife is a very famous actress in Hollywood, and the husband is an actor, but he also is a director. And, like all Hollywood movie stars, they get a divorce because he was cheating on her. And they live in San Francisco at the time in this big, huge house, which is supposed to, I guess, represent this. Now, I have been past Danielle Steele's actual home in San Francisco, and it kind of reminds me of this. She's got a big brick wall around the whole house, and it's a large house, and San Francisco is a big city, but you don't have a lot of room. Everything's crammed together. And so this house. It's very famous. People drive by it all the time. Anyway, so she lives in San Francisco, and she and her husband get a divorce. The daughter is older, and she's always kind of been bitter with her mother and resents her mother. And the son is young. He's only, I believe, 14 in the book, and he's already started going to sailing school, and he knows how to sail sailboats. So the father takes him and his new girlfriend that becomes his wife, and they are, I can't remember where they're at, but the boy wants to go out sailing, and the dad says, you know what, you're more advanced in sailing than I am, so just be careful and go out. Well, the wakes, of course, build up, and his boat overturns. And of course, I'm going to give a little bit of the book away, but the son does die, and the mother of the son blames her ex-husband the whole time, and she goes into seclusion, and she lives in this big giant mansion all by herself, and her daughter's very bitter with her because she blames the father. And so she goes into seclusion for the longest time, and she has 2 people that run, a husband and wife that run her home, and they are shady, and they have given her false references, and she never checked them, and so she trusts them wholeheartely, 100%. Well, an earthquake happens, which is normal in San Francisco. This big earthquake happens, and they lose power, and you can't use the water, and all this different stuff. And she tells the 2 people that run her house for her, that they must go check on all the neighbors. And they said, well, you don't even know any of your neighbors, and you're a famous person. They're going to take advantage of you. So I don't want to give a lot more away than that, other than she becomes very close with the neighbors. I think there's 3 or 4 other sets of neighbors. They all have their own stories. I don't want to go into all that because I want you to read that and be surprised by that. But they all become like one big happy family. Now, what happens with the housekeepers that run the house? They're very resentful, and she does meet somebody herself through this whole thing that he keeps warning her he thinks these people are shady. And so I will let you read the rest of the book so that you can see what happens. But it is a great book. And at first I thought it was a little bit slow. I give it a 4 out of 5. It takes me a lot to give you a 5 out of 5. It takes a lot. So I'm going to give you a 4 out of 5. I enjoyed it. It was an easy read. I could follow everything great. Some of it was very predictable. Some of it was very unpredictable that I didn't know was going to happen. So, yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed it. So if you want to check it out at your library, this is on paperback, Fred. I've had it for quite a while. So I don't even know if you can find it on the shelves at a book, and maybe at like Barnes & Noble you could, but you could easily order this on Amazon, and I know probably all your libraries would carry this. So, all right, you guys, if any of you have read this book, let me know. Let me know what you thought about the book, okay? So I'm still working on the John Grisham book. I have been watching a lot of book channels, and I don't know how they have the time to read as many books as they do. Maybe because they don't color like me all the time. But anyways, yeah, so I'm trying to push myself to read a little bit more. But this John Grisham book that I'm reading, I think it's like over 600 pages. So I'm about halfway through it. So, all right, you guys have a great day. Take care. I'll see you back here real soon. Bye-bye.